What is the meaning of the verb put to?
When you put people to trouble or put them to an expense, you cause them to do extra work or to spend money. I know my father would pay my dental bill if I asked him, but I hate to put him to such an expense.
What is the meaning of the verb back up?
When you support people in a conflict or a confrontation, you back them up. When you support people by doing some work or a difficult assignment, you back them up. Jerry is the bar's main bartender, and Tanya backs him up when it gets busy.
What is the meaning of the verb put on?
When you attach or affix something to another thing, you put it on. I told the tailor to put red buttons on the dress he's making for me.
What is the meaning of the verb go back to?
When you return to a place where you were before, you go back or go back to that place. Dorothy left the Emerald City and went back to Kansas.
What is the meaning of the verb clear up?
When you do something to solve a problem or misunderstanding or do something to cure a disease. You clear it up. The medicine Dr. Smith gave me cleared the infection up.
What is the meaning of the verb put together?
When you organize some ideas, plans, or suggestions in order to show them to someone or discuss them with someone, you put them together. Mr. and Mrs. Flores want to redecorate their house. So they asked an interior designer to put some ideas together.
What is the meaning of the verb knock out?
If something knocks you out, it impresses or surprises you a lot. Tom's new house is fabulous. It really knocked me out.
What is the meaning of the verb go with?
When two things are part of one unit or set or are meant to be with each other, they go with each other. One of the fringe benefits of that job was the car that went with it. You can't buy the cup without the saucer that goes with it.
What is the meaning of the verb run over?
When liquid in a container fills the container and goes over the top, it runs over. There's too much water in this pot. It's going to run over the side.
What is the meaning of the verb space out informal used mostly by young people?
When you space out or when something spaces you out. Something or someone confuses you and causes you to forget what you were saying or doing at that moment. This place is really weird, it's spacing me out. Sorry, what did you say? I wasn't listening, I spaced out.
What is the meaning of the verb wind up?
When you wrap something long, such as an electrical cord, rope, string, or measuring tape. Around and around so that it is in a ball or on a spool, you wind it up. The firefighters wound up their fire hoses and went back to the station.
What is the meaning of the verb get down?
When you bend your body and lower your head to avoid. Danger or to prevent people from seeing you, you get down. When the enemy soldiers started shooting, the sergeant ordered his men to get down.
What is the meaning of the verb wash off?
When you wash something off or wash the dirt off something. You use water and soap to remove dirt or unwanted items from a surface. Mike washed off his car.
What is the meaning of the verb count on?
When you are certain then something will happen or that a certain condition will exist. You are counting on it. You can count on crowds and long lines at Disney World if you go in August.
What is the meaning of the verb get inland to?
When you get in or get into a place, building, club. Restaurant, meeting, and so on, you obtain permission to enter. When you get other people in or get other people into a building. Club, restaurant, meeting, and so on, you arrange for them to enter. We'll never get into that club, we don't know the right people.
What is the meaning of the verb bump into?
When you meet people unexpectedly or unintentionally, you bump into them. Run into is the same as bump into. We bumped into Sarah at the mall today.
What is the meaning of the verb go over?
When you carefully read or review important written material, you go over it. The actor went over his lines before the audition.
What is the meaning of the verb fill in?
When people want or need more information about a plan, situation. Or occurrence and you supply that information, you fill them in. Something interesting happened while you were gone. I'll fill you in later.
What is the meaning of the verb look up to?
When you look up to people, you admire and respect them. I've always looked up to my father because of his honesty and concern for others.
What is the meaning of the verb work out?
When a situation works out a certain way, it happens that way. When a situation does not work out, it is not satisfactory. She said that living with her in-laws wasn't working out very well.
What is the meaning of the verb throw away?
When you throw something away, you dispose of it by putting it in the waste basket, trash, and so on. Throw out is the same as throw away. Nancy's outside looking in the trash for her wedding ring, it was accidentally thrown away.
What is the meaning of the verb hold against?
When you hold things against people. You continue to blame them for something and continue to be upset about it. "10 years ago I got a promotion that Ned thought he deserved, and he's held it against me ever since."
What is the meaning of the verb cut out?
When a motor suddenly stops working, it cuts out. This plane has only one engine, so if it cuts out, we're in big trouble.
What is the meaning of the verb go for always continuous?
When you have something going for you. You have an advantage that makes it easier for you to do something or get something that you want. Sam's not especially good at basketball, but he has one thing going for him: he's 7 feet tall. I have 10 years of experience going for me, so I think I have a good chance of getting the job.
What is the meaning of the verb take back, to?
When you take people back or take people back to a place where they were before. You go with them to that place. Mike got sick again, so we took him back to the hospital.
What is the meaning of the verb wear down?
When people wear you down, they gradually persuade you. Through persistent pressure, to change your mind about a decision. She still will not give us permission, but I think we're wearing her down.
What is the meaning of the verb go out?
When something that is burning goes out, it stops burning because it has no more fuel or because something. Such as water or lack of oxygen, has caused it to stop burning. The forest fire didn't go out until it started to rain.
What is the meaning of the verb get down?
When things or people get you down, they make you sad or depressed. Jim's marriage problems are really getting him down.
What is the meaning of the verb fall through?
When people or things drop through an opening from one side to the other side, they fall through. My Uncle Fred was ice fishing when he fell through a hole in the ice and was never seen again.
What is the meaning of the verb go off?
When an event or plan goes off well, smoothly, without a problem. Or without a hitch is a problem, it happens as planned. The drug bust went off without a hitch.
What is the meaning of the verb take apart?
When you completely separate the parts of something, you take it apart. Take apart is the opposite of put together. I had to take my bike apart when I moved.
What is the meaning of the verb straighten out?
When you straighten out people who are acting foolishly. You do or say something that causes them to act more responsibly. When you straighten out people who are confused, you help them to understand. I told my son that if he gets in trouble one more time, I'm going to send him to military school. That really straightened him out.
What is the meaning of the verb tear down?
When you tear down a building, you deliberately and completely destroy it. A lot of smaller homes in the suburbs are being torn down and replaced with larger ones.
What is the meaning of the verb boil down to?
When you say that something boils down to something else. You are saying that it is the basic cause of a more complicated situation or problem. My decision to stay at this awful job boils down to one thing: money.
What is the meaning of the verb look out for?
When you look out or look out for something. You remain alert for someone or something that is dangerous or important. When you tell people to look out. You are warning them of possible danger. Look out is the same as watch out. There's a lot of ice on the road, so look out.
What is the meaning of the verb turn around?
When you turn around, you move a vehicle or your body so that it faces the opposite direction. When you turn something around, you move it so that it faces the opposite direction. Someone called my name, and I turned around to see who it was.
What is the meaning of the verb live with?
When you live with someone, you live at the same address. When you say that one person lives with a person of the opposite sex. You mean that they live in the same place but are not married. Mike's been living with his girlfriend for 5 years. Are they ever going to get married?
What is the meaning of the verb start out?
When you begin something, you start out. Start out is used to discuss how the end of something was different from its beginning. The stock market started out in positive territory but closed 200 points lower.
What is the meaning of the verb wrap up?
When you enclose an object in some kind of paper. Usually gift wrapping paper or packaging paper, you wrap it up. The movers wrapped up the china with newspapers.
What is the meaning of the verb put up with?
When you put up with something you do not like or are not happy about. You accept it and do not try to change it. Her neighbors have loud parties every night, but she doesn't complain. She just puts up with it.
What is the meaning of the verb shut up informal?
When people or things cause you to stop talking, they shut you up. Toad was making jokes about his wife at the party until she gave him a look that shut him right up.
What is the meaning of the verb turn out?
When something turns out, it becomes what you want it to become. When something turns out a certain way, it becomes that way. Your plan was excellent, but it didn't turn out well.
What is the meaning of the verb take in?
When you bring a car or other household appliance to a mechanic or repair person, you take it in. Sally took her car in to have the oil changed.
What is the meaning of the verb hand in, to?
When you give something to a person of authority who has demanded it or because you no longer need or want it. You hand it in or hand it in to a person of authority. Turn in is similar to hand in. The drivers return to the factory at 5 o'clock and hand their keys in to the dispatcher before they leave.
What is the meaning of the verb fall down?
When people or things fall to the ground from a higher position, they fall down. All the dishes on that shelf will fall down if there's another earthquake.
What is the meaning of the verb make up?
When you invent a story to entertain or fool people, you make the story up. When you invent a lie to deceive people, you make the lie up. My son asked me to make up a story about monsters.
What is the meaning of the verb get off?
When you stop talking on the telephone, You get off the telephone. Get off the phone, I need to use it. It's late, we'd better get off the phone.
What is the meaning of the verb go around?
When something is being distributed to a group of people and there is enough for everyone. There is enough to go around. There wasn't enough food to go around, and some of the famine victims got nothing.
What is the meaning of the verb cool off?
When people or things cause a thing or place to become cooler, they cool it off. The coffee was really hot, but he put an ice cube in it and it cooled right off.
What is the meaning of the verb get along with?
When you get along with people, you have peaceful, harmonious relations with them. Get on is similar to get along. I haven't gotten along with my neighbors for years.
What is the meaning of the verb bite off?
When you bite off something, you use your teeth to remove a piece. When you bite off more than you can chew. You agree to do something that you do not have the time or the ability to do. The lion bit off a huge piece of the zebra's flesh.
What is the meaning of the verb put out?
When you extinguish a fire or something that is burning, you put it out. Put that cigarette out immediately.
What is the meaning of the verb chop up?
When you chop something up, you cut it into small pieces with a knife or other sharp instrument. Does this meat have to be chopped up?
What is the meaning of the verb keep off?
When you keep off something, you do not walk or stand on it. When you keep other people or things off something, you do not allow them to walk or stand on it. The sign says keep off the grass. You should keep your kids off the streets and in school.
What is the meaning of the verb lighten up?
When you lighten up, you change the subject of conversation. From something serious to something more cheerful and pleasant. Lighten it up. You've been talking about death and taxes all night.
What is the meaning of the verb break off?
When something breaks off or someone breaks something off. A part or smaller piece is separated from something larger by force. Jim broke off a piece of chocolate and gave it to his girlfriend.
What is the meaning of the verb stick with?
When you stick with people, you remain with them or remain loyal to them. That other guy running for senator has some good ideas, but I'm going to stick with Senator Doolittle.
What is the meaning of the verb get back, to?
When you get something back or get something back to a person or place. You return it to that person or place. Jim uses his mother's car in the morning. But she needs it to go to work at 4:30, so he has to get it back before then.
What is the meaning of the verb hand in, to?
When you complete a test, report, or project and you give it to the person who assigned the work. You hand it in or hand it in to that person. Turn in is similar to hand in. The tests must be handed in no later than 11 o'clock.
What is the meaning of the verb hold off?
When you hold off an attack, you prevent the attacker from getting close to you or from winning the fight. If you hold off a competitor, you prevent the competitor from winning. The champion held off the challenger and won the game.
What is the meaning of the verb pull out, of?
When soldiers leave a combat zone or an area where combat is likely, they pull out or are pulled out. Go in is the opposite of pull out. When Sergeant Jones saw the enemy soldiers getting closer, he ordered his men to pull out.
What is the meaning of the verb bring back?
When something that was popular or current in the past is introduced again, it is brought back. Every few years designers try to bring many skirts back.
What is the meaning of the verb turn around?
When you turn around, you move a vehicle or your body so that it faces the opposite direction. When you turn something around, you move it so that it faces the opposite direction. You should turn this house plant around so that the other side can get some light.
What is the meaning of the verb keep away from?
When you keep people or things away or keep them away from something or someone else. You do not allow them to come close to or associate with someone or come close to or touch something. That dog is dangerous, so keep it away.
What is the meaning of the verb pick up p? V.
When you pick up a skill, you learn it easily. My son is picking some bad habits up from his friends.
What is the meaning of the verb come out with?
When a book, magazine, musical recording, movie. or television show is finished and made available to the public, it comes out. When a book, magazine, musical recording, movie, or television show is finished and made available to the public. The company publishing it or the person who created it comes out with it. Barron's is coming out with a new book on TOEFL soon.
What is the meaning of the verb burn out?
When a fire, candle, or other flame stops burning because it has no more fuel, it burns out. We need more wood, the fire has burned out.
What is the meaning of the verb carry out?
When you carry out a duty, task, assignment, or order, you do it. The boss was furious because his orders hadn't been carried out.
What is the meaning of the verb lock up?
When you lock all the doors and windows of a building, you lock it up. The manager always locks up before he goes home.
What is the meaning of the verb break down?
When something mechanical breaks down, it does not function. I was late for work because my car broke down.
What is the meaning of the verb break down?
When something decomposes or reduces to its smallest parts or is reduced by someone to its smallest parts, it breaks down. Anticoagulant drugs are used to break down blood clots.
What is the meaning of the verb knock off informal?
When you knock people off, you kill them. Mario was the head of a gang of criminals until he was knocked off by a rival.
What is the meaning of the verb go off?
When an electrical device or system goes off, it stops operating. Come on is the opposite of go off. A thermostat makes the air conditioner go off if it gets below a certain temperature.
What is the meaning of the verb get over with?
When you want to get something over with, it is because it is something unpleasant. That you want to finish so that you can stop worrying about it or dreading it. Let's fix both cavities today, doctor, I just want to get it over with.
What is the meaning of the verb take off?
When you remove something from something it is attached or affixed to, you take it off. Alfonso always takes the skin off chicken before he cooks it.
What is the meaning of the verb hold out?
When you hold out your hand, you extend it in front of your body so. That someone can shake hands with you or put something in your hand. Hold out is similar to put out. The street was filled with beggars holding their hands out.
What is the meaning of the verb stick out?
When a characteristic or feature of something sticks out, that feature is very noticeable. Alan's nearly 7 feet tall and has red hair, so he really sticks out in a crowd.
What is the meaning of the verb come in?
When something that a store will sell comes in, it is delivered to the store. I couldn't buy that new book I wanted, it hasn't come in yet.
What is the meaning of the verb go around?
When something goes around, it spreads to various parts of a larger place. He probably has the flu, it's been going around.
What is the meaning of the verb put out?
When you put people out, you inconvenience them. You've done so much to help me. I'm sorry to have put you out.
What is the meaning of the verb put up?
When you put people up, you let them stay with you, usually temporarily, in your house or in a hotel. The hotel desk clerk apologized for not being able to put us up.
What is the meaning of the verb believe in?
When you believe in people, you have confidence in them and believe. What they say because you think they are honest, correct, or competent. I don't care what anyone else says, I still believe in you.
What is the meaning of the verb blow out?
When a flame blows out or is blown out by a strong wind, it stops burning. When you blow out a flame, you use your breath to make the flame stop burning. The stove isn't working. Maybe the pilot light has blown out.
What is the meaning of the verb turn out, for?
When people turn out or turn out for an event, they attend or participate in the event. When people turn out to do something, they go to a place to do it. Thousands of people turned out to see the Pope when he visited.
What is the meaning of the verb fall off?
When the quality, degree, or frequency of something decreases, it falls off. Sales of fountain pens fell off after the ballpoint pen was invented.
What is the meaning of the verb wipe out?
When you are trying to kill people, weeds, insects, and so on, and you kill all of them, you wipe them out. The general said he would wipe out the rebels.
What is the meaning of the verb put on?
When you place something on or apply something to another surface, you put it on. Jerry put too much fertilizer on his lawn, and now he has to cut it twice a week.
What is the meaning of the verb use up?
When you use up something, you use all of it. I used up all the glue, we need to buy more.
What is the meaning of the verb turn on?
When people or animals that you had good relations with turn on you. They stop being friendly and try to hurt you. I wonder why she turned on me like that.
What is the meaning of the verb fall behind, in?
When you do not make the regular payments you are required to make. You fall behind or fall behind in your payments. Don't fall behind in your payments, or your car will be repossessed.
What is the meaning of the verb blow up?
When something blows up or when someone blows something up. It becomes much larger because air or something else is being forced into it. Hank blew up a beach ball and threw it in the pool.
What is the meaning of the verb come off?
When you say come off it to people. You are saying that you think something they have said is untrue or foolish. It's 2 o'clock. You come home smelling like beer, and you say you were working late at the office? Oh, come off it?
What is the meaning of the verb fill in?
When you fill in a form, you put information in the correct spaces. Fill out is the same as fill in. The teacher gave us the quiz and told us to fill the blanks in with the correct answers.
What is the meaning of the verb come down, to?
When someone moves toward you to a lower level position. Or from north to south, that person comes down or comes down to where you are. Come up is the opposite of come down. My friend from Canada comes down to visit us in New Mexico once in a while.
What is the meaning of the verb doze off?
When you fall into a light sleep, you doze off. If I have a drink at lunch, I'm sure to doze off at my desk.
What is the meaning of the verb bring up?
When you bring up children, you care for them as they grow to adulthood. When you bring up children to believe something or to behave in a certain way. You try to teach this belief or behavior to them. Tom was born in Canada, but he was brought up in the United States.
What is the meaning of the verb go away?
When a condition, problem, situation, or activity disappears or greatly decreases, it goes away. I have a pain in my back that never goes away.
What is the meaning of the verb call back?
When you leave a place or walk away from a person and are then asked to return, you are called back. I remembered something after she walked away, and I called her back.
What is the meaning of the verb fall off?
When people or things drop to a lower level from a higher place, they fall off the place where they were. The dish fell off the table and broke.
What is the meaning of the verb get up, to?
When you move to a higher level or place, or from south to north. You get up or get up to that level or place. Get down is the opposite of get up. Go up is similar to get up. Tom, your brother is in the basement. Please go tell him to get right up here and start doing his homework.
What is the meaning of the verb tear off?
When you use force to remove a piece of something that is flexible paper. Cloth, and so on, you tear it off. I tore off a coupon for frozen pizza at the supermarket.
What is the meaning of the verb pick up?
When you pick people up, you stop your vehicle and give them a ride away from that place. You'll be picked up at the airport by the hotel van.
What is the meaning of the verb taken, usually passive?
When you are taken in by someone, that person successfully tricks or deceives you. Stalin was taken in by Hitler's assurances.
What is the meaning of the verb go with?
When one item of clothing looks nice with another, they go with each other. I like white shirts because they go with everything.
What is the meaning of the verb doze off?
When you fall into a light sleep, you doze off. I went to a movie last night, but it was so boring I dozed off.
What is the meaning of the verb hold up?
When you prevent something from happening or cause it to happen late, you hold it up. I'm sorry I'm late. I was held up by traffic.
What is the meaning of the verb give away?
When you give yourself away, you accidentally reveal something secret about yourself. When something gives you away, it accidentally reveals something secret about you. Mark tried to keep his affair a secret, but he was given away by his credit card bills.
What is the meaning of the verb put up?
When you put people up, you let them stay with you, usually temporarily, in your house or in a hotel. Sam didn't have anywhere else to go after the fire, so I said I would put him up for a couple of nights.
What is the meaning of the verb get around to?
When you do something after waiting for some time because you are lazy. Inefficient, or do not want to do it, you get around to it. Don't worry about the broken window. I'll get around to it one of these days.
What is the meaning of the verb run out?
When something is completely used, consumed, or sold, it runs out. Elle played poker last night. And for a while I was ahead by $3,000. But then my luck ran out, and I ended up losing it all.
What is the meaning of the verb stay out?
When you stay out, you do not return to your house. Do you let your kids stay out past 7 o'clock?
What is the meaning of the verb let out?
When you make a sound that shows your emotion or feelings, you let out that sound. Heather knew Jim was lying again, and let out a sigh.
What is the meaning of the verb come off?
When something comes off, it becomes detached from what it was attached or fastened to. Be careful with this old book. The cover's coming off.
What is the meaning of the verb break out?
When fighting begins suddenly, it breaks out. Millions will be killed if nuclear war breaks out.
What is the meaning of the verb count on?
When you are certain then something will happen or that a certain condition will exist. You are counting on it. Man/in makes a fool of himself at every party. You can count on it.
What is the meaning of the verb put in?
When you cause people to be in a situation, position, or condition, you put them in that situation, position, or condition. You put Jim in a very awkward situation.